Imagine starting your day with deep intention and ending it with gratitude. Ramadan is not just about fasting from food, but it's about nourishing your mind, your Iman, and your soul. And one of the best ways to do that is simply by journaling at Suhoor and at Iftar. Hi, I'm Neha. Welcome to Journal 101. This is the first time you're joining me on my channel. Do hit the subscribe button below so I can continue helping many of you out there through the power of journaling. I'm on a mission at the minute to be able to help as many people as I interact with, to help them reconnect with themselves, to help them gain more clarity in their life and just be more emotionally empowered. At the moment, a lot of people are practicing Ramadan, which is the holy month for the Muslims, which is where they fast for 30 days. Of course, that means they are not allowed to eat between sunrise and sunset pretty much. It's not just about fasting. It's a way for them to be able to strengthen themselves spiritually and reconnect with their religion, reconnect with their higher spirit. And one of the best ways to be able to do this is by practicing journaling during the start and the end of the fasting period of the day. Setting your intentions right at the start is of any cycle, whether it's lunar cycle, the morning of your work day, first day of the week. Setting your intentions then helps you strengthen the rest of the day, week, month, however it's going to be. At the same time, practicing gratitude at the end also helps you feel more motivated to continue again. During Ramadan, we all know that obviously a lot of Muslims out there will recite the Quran, they will connect with themselves in other ways spiritually. But one thing that people do and don't actually realize is that they do journal. Some people journal physically on paper without actually realizing that it's a journal practice they're going through. Some people might do video updates. Some people might actually just journal with friends, like just give them an update on how they are or what they're planning to do. So in today's videos, I'm going to share a few tips on how you can set the right intentions at the start of the day and end it with some brilliant gratitude tips. Ramadan is a brilliant time for reflection, but with the busyness of life, it's so easy to lose sight of the actual deeper purpose of Ramadan. As you know, I often say to people to use journaling as a way to slow down and reconnect. In Ramadan as well, it's a brilliant way to slow down. Of course, you've got your family life, you've got work life, you've got your social life, but during Ramadan, you don't have to completely cancel all that out, but you can still reconnect through journaling. It helps you practice mindfulness and just truly connect with our thoughts, the emotions we're going through, and our spiritual goals. The reason I suggest Suhoor and Iftar is because Suhoor is the perfect time to align our thoughts with our faith. It's when we're about to commit to fasting for the next almost 12 hours now. And Iftar obviously is the moment when we're breaking our fast. It's the best time to reflect on the day and to express our gratitude, and that way release anything that is probably weighing down on us. Suhoor is obviously about new beginnings. It's a new start to another day that we're going to fast, that we're going to commit to our religion, to our God. So here are 3 brilliant journaling prompts for you to try. First one, simple one. What is my intention for today? So this could be a spiritual goal, an act of kindness, or simply just being mindful in our thoughts throughout the day. Anyone that is practicing Ramadan in a very religious way will know it's not just about not eating. It's about also only saying positive things to one another, not being negative, not gossiping, which is so easily done in this day and age, not bad-mouthing anyone, not backbiting. None of that stuff is allowed. Setting our intention to be more mindful about what we actually say, because remember, what we say is actually who we become. If we want to be a bit more kind, now let's face it, not eating or drinking for 12 hours can make people a little bit grumpy. I know I'm a very hangry type of a person. Most people don't want to talk to me until I've had my morning coffee, so I completely get it. So it's quite easy to then be a bit cranky. So maybe saying, actually, I'm going to be a bit kinder today. I'm going to walk into the office and I'm going to respond to people's good morning. When someone asks me if I want a cup of tea or coffee, which is very common to be asked in an office, I'm not going to grumpily say, no, I'm fasting. But of course, if you want, you can, your intention can be spiritual as well. You might want to read a certain paragraph or a couple of pages or a chapter from the Quran during the day. Second journaling prompt for the morning to set your intention can be, what dua can I focus on today? There's many of them that people focus on. There's very common ones, and then there's more longer ones, shorter ones, all have various different benefits. Now, writing down which dua you're going to focus on makes it more personal and actually more powerful, especially if you understand the meaning behind it and the reason to practice it. Prompt number 3 is, what will nourish my soul today? So again, that could be reading a paragraph, page, chapter, or just a certain surah from the Quran. It could be helping someone in need, or just simply practicing patience. Patience, again, is something that's quite tricky to maintain during the fasting period, especially when it gets towards the end of the day, and if you've got children running around the house asking, when's it time to break the fast? It could be absolutely anything that is playing on your patience, and you know that being a bit more patient can just help ease that day. For any of these intentions can be quite tricky when if you live in the 9-to-5 hustle of life. But of course, they could be practiced on a weekend. You could tailor your intentions during the week, especially days when you're in the office, to be ones that actually fit in with that. Remember, these don't have to be set in advance. You're supposed to write them on the day in the morning and decide what will actually help you for that day. So you have, what is my intention for today? What is the one dua I want to focus on today? And what can I do that will nourish my soul today? Now, iftar, of course, we all love iftar because it's a time when we get to break our fast. For some of us, it might be that sweet treat of a date, it might be a glass of water, it might be the food that we're about to eat, or it might be that cup of coffee that we finally get to drink. But iftar isn't just about food. It's the time when we actually should pause, then reflect and express gratitude before we break that fast. So here are 3 prompts to help you wind down and appreciate the fast that you've just completed. What is the one thing I am grateful for today? If you've watched my channel before, you would know that is one of my favorite forms of gratitude, is what is the one thing I'm grateful for today? It's a very simple one, and if you do it every single day, you actually realize how many things in your life you're actually grateful for. It could be something small, like a kind word, just that moment of peace away from everyone, or it can be the food that is in front of you. During Ramadan, we're often reminded to think about those people in less fortunate countries that are unable to have the feast that we normally have during iftar. And again, that is the form of gratitude that you're actually expressing without realizing it. Prompt number 2, did I stay aligned with my intention that I set this morning? And if not, what can I do tomorrow to help me stay aligned? So this is a way of kind of reflecting on what you've done today and how you've maybe diverted away from what your intention was, and what you can do to get back on track, and how you can make tomorrow better to help you stay on track tomorrow, and how you could improve. Prompt number 3, what was a beautiful moment from today? So this can be anything, just capturing something small but meaningful that helps you actually recognize the little blessings in our daily lives. Now, this is, again, something that we tend to do without realizing, but once you write it down, going back on it actually helps you realize how much you can actually grow as a person. So obviously the key to journaling is consistency. So trying to consistently keep this going during Ramadan can actually help you get to a point at the end of Ramadan where you can continue practicing it and it will become a habit. You'll actually see how much lighter you actually feel as a person just by practicing just your morning intentions during suhoor and your gratitude during iftar. You don't have to write pages and pages and pages, and you don't have to use all 3 prompts. Obviously you could use your own prompts as well, but they're the prompts that I think are quite beneficial, and you could use them on different days. You could pick one that you like the most and do them for a whole week, or you could just pick whichever one tickles your fancy on that particular morning and on that particular evening. Now you could keep your journal next to your bedside, next to your prayer mat, on the dining table, because let's face it, during the day we're not really going to use the dining table, or you could set a reminder on your phone just to just before suhoor, just to set your intentions for the day, and just before iftar, express your gratitude. You can obviously do the iftar one just after iftar and your Maghrib prayer, or you could do it just before iftar as you're waiting for the clock to tick the right time for you to be able to break your fast. Of course, usually I would say pick a cozy spot, do some meditating, some breathing before you write in your journal. But with the time sensitivity when it comes to suhoor and iftar, it's quite tricky to be able to do that. And I know sometimes that's the reason why people don't practice it. So it's absolutely fine to do it on the dining table with everyone around you, or just in the morning, without having to find that cozy spot and everything else. So I hope you have liked my journal tips for Ramadan, and I hope there's something that you're able to practice. If you do give it a go, please, please, please let me know in the comments. I really want to know how it works for you. Give these a go during iftar today, give it a go tomorrow, but do give it a go and let me know. Of course, if you want to take your journaling practice to the next level, get in touch with me, because enrollment is now open for my next 8-week transformation program. And I will hopefully in the summer have something very exciting, so you don't need to enroll onto my transformation program, but still be able to be part of it. So hit the subscribe button below, just so you are made aware of when it does come out. Until next time, happy journaling.